Winter in northern Syria can be bitter and harsh. It has still not fully set in, but already heavy rains have flooded overcrowded camps, home to nearly 1.5 million people displaced by war. The United Nations calls it one of the biggest displacement crises in the world.
We saw last year that many children froze to death in the winter. We have to try to get people into camps where there are proper drainage systems, where there's proper insulation for the tents. Of course, nobody wants to live in a camp like this. This is all temporary. This is all emergency assistance. What people really want is to be able to return to their homes.
But peace remains elusive. So for now, the priority is survival. Families have been moving into new camps, but the UN says it received only 54% of the money it requires to provide safer living conditions to all those in need. 2020 witnessed the largest mass displacement in the 9-year conflict. Nearly 1 million left their homes because of a months-long Russian-backed Syrian government offensive in the opposition-controlled province of Idlib.
We now live in a big prison. We used to have our land, our home. Here you don't know how you will find food to eat.
A life in exile is what many fear, particularly those living close to the front lines. A truce reached in March remains fragile.
We're afraid the regime will launch an offensive to capture this area. Then we'll have to leave and never be able to return.
JISR SHUGHOUR city is on the M4 International Highway, which the government wants to be able to connect the coast to the commercial capital, Aleppo. In the offensive earlier this year, the regime recaptured the M5 after intensely bombing and emptying villages along the route.
We saw what happened to the others. They were forced from their homes, and now they live in the rain with no means to make a living.
At least half of Idlib's population have been displaced from other parts of Syria. People trapped in a small pocket of territory where a humanitarian situation threatens to get worse. It's a reality that doesn't appear to be temporary. Zeina, Khodr, Al Jazeera.